UFC 312, Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis took place last night. Dricus du Plessis made an absolute staple performance and left no doubt after that first fight as to who won that fight. And Dricus went in there and kind of shut Strickland down, man. That was actually a bit of an underwhelming fight. It was quite similar to the first one, but I just felt like it was more dominant from Dricus in kind of every aspect. That's what really kind of separated the first fight. And Dricus really went in there, just kind of shut Strickland down. I was really impressed with kind of how technical Dricus looked early on. I was like, oh my god, there's no way this dude's actually starting to get good. But he kind of went back to that drunken fucking style. I honestly believe Dricus du Plessis is the most awkward fighter in UFC history. And he's such a winner, bro. Like, the dude is so awkward. Throws shit from every different angle, but he blitzes forward, which makes it very hard to counter. But I feel like I'm like an Adesanya is where I kind of got confidence from that he's more of a counter puncher. He'd be able to find that chin, but man, the dude just keeps winning, and he's got an insane chin as well. He went in there, and Strickland's game plan, like we all know what Sean Strickland's gonna do. He's gonna go in there and throw a jab and a teep kick. Man, his timing was off tonight. I think that's because of Dricus, though. I think Strickland's all of his shots were falling short. Dricus found the chin a good bit. He was missing a lot, though. Like, they were both missing quite a bit. And I feel like Dricus did very well with kind of spinning shit. He was throwing a lot of spinning kicks, and he even got him like a spinning back fist and then a nice kind of, not spinning elbow, but like a nice elbow from behind. And he just looked good. Considering Dricus's, style, he looked good. But it was a lot more dominant than I thought the fight was going to be. I honestly thought Strickland had a very good chance of winning. I thought maybe he kind of switched things up a little bit and kind of tidy some things up to where he's going to be able to find some shots more and kind of capitalize on places he didn't in the first fight, but it was the opposite. Dricus did that thing. I don't know if Strickland went in there and thought, fuck it, man, I thought I beat this guy the first time. I don't need to change shit because I thought I beat him. And then Dricus adapted. Not much grappling. I think there was only one takedown the whole fight and nothing really happened from it. Which is kind of mad to think that Dricus had like success with the grappling, but I'm telling you, man, Strickland's ability to get back to his feet is insane. Insane. Okay, he's got one of the best abilities to get back to his feet in middleweight, if not the best, to be honest with you. Like, I haven't seen anyone hold Sean Strickland down for time. The last person I can think of that did that was Usman. But it's kind of hard to see what happens with Strickland now, to be honest with you, because you're down 2-0 to Dricus. You've got a few title shots now, and you didn't deserve that one. It's going to take a few to bounce back. You know what I mean? It's going to take a good few to bounce back. I'm not mad at Strickland versus Whittaker, to be honest with you, but there are some people in middleweight that kind of deserve to move up. Kind of deserves a big name. I wouldn't be surprised if they match him versus Whittaker next. I want to see Strickland versus Whittaker, but it's kind of like it's kind of middleweight. Kind of reminds me of lightweight a little bit, to where these kind of like Izzy and all them, Izzy, Strickland, Dricus, Whittaker, they're all kind of fighting each other, and it's kind of time for some new blood to come in, which is exactly what Khamzat Chimaev is to this division. We'll get the Khamzat, but like even like Vittori's fighting like Roman Delizzi in a rematch, which I like Vittori. I'm actually quite happy to see him back because he's always just beefing with someone. It's going to be pure entertainment. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be fucking great. The dude's been out, I don't know, a year now, maybe more. I don't know when he fought Cannonier. I don't know if that was 2 years ago or 1 year ago. I'm pretty sure it was 1 year ago. But he's been out for time. Do you know what I mean? And you got Brennan Allen versus Anthony Hernandez booked. Like, middleweight's just lacking names. Lacking names, man. Imavov's going to be taking on the winner of Dricus versus Khamzat. I don't necessarily want to see a Strickland versus Imavov rematch. I just don't think that's the kind of route that they should go down now. Imavov's after earning his title shot. Okay, but the thing is, he could be waiting another year. They usually go to France in September. Strickland versus Imavov main event. I think they could play that card, to be honest with you, because Imavov is going to be waiting, because I don't think they're going to do Dricus versus Khamzat till Abu Dhabi. Because they didn't put Makachev on the last one, to put Khamzat on that one, and I think Khamzat versus Dricus as a main event at Abu Dhabi is pretty fucking big, and I feel like that's what they're gonna do. I would be shocked if they did this during the summer, But then again, Khamzat's out another year. Like, he's out another fucking year. Which just, it's shit, man. Because I don't want to just see him fighting in Abu Dhabi if he gets the belt. But talking about Khamzat versus Dricus, that's definitely next. And I don't want to see Imavov versus Khamzat. I don't want to see, Imavov versus Dricus. Like, Khamzat versus Dricus is the only fight to make. Middleweight is kind of like just lacking names, like real name value, like back in the Anderson Silvas and the Whitakers and the Izzies and things like that, Bisping and Rockhold. These were the names. Do you know what I mean? These were the fucking names. And now we have Dricus versus Strickland. Like, the quality at middleweight is quite poor. I said in my video about this card is trash. If you actually listen to what I said, okay, because some people giving it the big one in the comments when the card was over. If you look at what I said this is lacking serious name value, which is facts. The name value on this card was fucking trash. But there are a lot of lighter weight classes. They could be great fights. And I was right. As always. I picked Dricus again. I'm only messing, but yeah, it's quite hard to see what middleweight. A few matchups need to happen. I'm very interested to see Izzy, Strickland, and Whitaker kind of see where they end up. We need matchups to happen. Vittori, Brendan Allen and all them. I don't know why they're not fighting. They have serious beef from that casino. I don't know if Brendan Allen had smacked them up or something like that, but that was obviously the fight to make, but they just didn't make it. They made a pointless rematch with Delitzi, which no one cares about. Fucking no one. But that's kind of what I think about kind of middleweight right now. It's at a stalemate of just like, we know what's next now, but when are we going to get it? And how that fight goes, man, I'll be picking Khamzat to beat Dricus. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be so fucking dangerous, and I think he'd go in there and I think he'd be able to slam Dricus down. Very interesting to see Dricus' submission defense and how good his takedown defense is. But I think that aggressive kind of Chechen wrestling is Whitaker found out real quick. Kevin Holland found out real quick. And I know you could say the Gilbert Burns fight, but welterweights are way, way more skillful than middleweights. Like, it's not even a comp. Look what MVP did to Sharon Magomedov, who was this insane striker. Do you know what I mean? Night and day difference between middleweight and welterweight. Night and fucking day. Okay, like, I feel like welterweight's more of like way more technical, but like middleweight's just more of a scrap. That's honestly what I think. And I think if Leon Edwards moved up, he'd have good success against like a Strickland or something like that. But he's got his hands full with JDM in a few weeks. But the whole card was actually quite good. Did enjoy it. Zhang Weili getting the win as well. It's good to see. Strickland versus Dricus. Dricus went in there and just shut him down, and it's good to see because I do like Dricus du Plessis. Sean Strickland held his own though. He's a bit of a class act in the aftermath, so I do respect Sean Strickland. I don't like him, but I do respect him. Champion in UFC and shit like that. But if he did get cut, I wouldn't care. Because I did say that in my last video, I wouldn't give a shit if Strickland never fought again. You know what I mean? I don't have any connection towards his fights. I don't care. And that's kind of what I think. I'm really looking forward to Dricus Khamzat. I want to see Chimaev with that belt because that's going to get so many eyes and names and stuff like that on the sport. And we have a drought of champions, and no one cares about Dricus versus Strickland. Like, most people didn't even know this was on, probably, if they're casual. And it's kind of what I think about the whole thing. But let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching.